me.
Did you learn anything in the last segment?
I did.
You did do some
I've been listening.
wholesale realty?
Yes.
They probably need lawyers, right?
They may. They may know what they're doing, though. They may not.
Can you share a little bit about what you're up to? What do you do in your firm?
Yes. Well, my firm is the Law Office of Cherie Morris, LLC. I am here in Atlanta. I'm also in Mississippi and Alabama, all 3 states. I practice primarily family law and personal injury. I have tons of background experience in both, but I recently opened my own firm, in August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been kicking it off. It's been going well, and business has been picking up, so that's awesome. And I love to be of service to everyone, so that's really what my motivating factor is and why I opened my own firm, because the firms that I work at, I didn't get the passion that I have now for helping people, and I just didn't think they were run the way I would want them to be run.
Because some of those firms can be kind of corporate-y and bureaucratic and less kind of people interaction.
Exactly. That is the one thing that I pride myself on for my firm, is to have that one-on-one, the personal attention with my clients. Because I know from experience that a lot of times when you have 150 clients coming through an office and you have 3 or 4 attorneys, those clients don't usually get that one-on-one time with the attorney. So my focus is more so to have my clients feel like they're family. They can call me. They can reach me at any time. I do text messaging, so I know they love that. So I'm available to them. And I get to hear that, they tell me all their problems, of course. They have to. And I'm a really good listener. And people just kind of gravitate towards me because of that. And I would say it's my spirit that kind of keeps them with me to allow them to feel comfortable with me. So I love that.
So now, how are you getting out there? Because you're new to the Atlanta market. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
You said you were only here since, what, a year or so?
Yes, less than a year, about 6 months.
And now you came from where, Mississippi or Alabama?
No. I just opened my own firm.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've been practicing here in Atlanta.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while. So I've been licensed in Atlanta since 2013 or 14. I forget.
Right, so it's been
it's been some years.
But you practiced also in Mississippi and
also
Alabama?
in Mississippi and Alabama. I was licensed first in Mississippi in 2012. That's where I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. So I always knew I was going to be licensed there, just because I knew there was going to be a need, and I always wanted to be of help to someone, maybe family member or family friend that needed it, even if I wasn't physically practicing there. And then we moved to Atlanta, my husband and I, in 13. Also, I got licensed. It was 13. So anyway, when I moved here to Georgia, I got licensed in Georgia and started working here for a couple of different firms. And then my last firm that I left at the beginning of 2016, they needed an Alabama attorney. And I was the youngest.
I was to take that test.
I was the freshest, and so they asked me to take it, and I said, "Hey, why not?
I'm good at this right now. I've done it twice.
I've done it twice. What's the third time? So, I mean, obviously, I can pass bar exams. So that was awesome.
You're doing more than what's talent.
Yeah, so that's how I got the Alabama license, and I have a couple of family friends from Alabama, so I've been able to help them as well, so that came right on time.
Right.
So I love that I was able to do that. And so from there, it's just been blossoming. I have a strong support system that really encouraged me to go out on my own, because I knew from, I would say, law school that I didn't want to have my own firm.
Oh, really?
Just because I didn't want, I thought I didn't want to deal with the business aspect of it.
Right.
But after working in different firms, and I see that, I'm like, hey, I can do this, and I can probably do it better.
Because that's kind of one of the myths, that when you're hired as an attorney, you still have to get clients. You still have to do that business development part. It's not just all law.
Right. It's not just all law. So you still have to go out and market. You still have to
do it for yourself.
Exactly. And so I saw that. And then for me being the reason why I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 9.
Wow.
Yeah, so I always
Well,
knew.
A TV show.
Right.
Had to be a TV show.
Well,
Wow.
it was a TV show, the Cosby Show. Claire Huxtable was my favorite growing up, so I wanted to be just like her. So I knew then that I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I used to say I wanted to dress up every day and go to work. So that was fun to do.
Got your wish.
Exactly. But so I knew I always knew I wanted to be a lawyer. And everything that I've done, I would say since about 10 years old, has been propelling me to be a lawyer. So I'm glad I was able to achieve that goal. But the reason why I got into family law is more so stemming from a personal issue. My parents got divorced when I was really young, and my dad remarried, and my stepmom was an attorney.
Oh, wow.
And so I felt like going through the custody situation and the child support situation, I didn't feel like my mom was very well represented. I kind of felt like she got taken advantage of.
Right.
And so seeing that kind of stemmed that energy in me to make sure that that doesn't happen to someone else as long as I can help it.
Right.
So I kind of take that personal experience and put it into every case that I have. And it's not just mothers. Some fathers are in a situation where they are getting taken advantage of by the mother, and it's just because they don't know their rights.
Right.
So I don't discriminate mother or father, whoever
Well,
comes.
some attorneys pick.
Some attorneys do pick.
They specialize.
Some attorneys do specialize. So for me, it's more so I love to help the downtrodden, and they really it makes me feel good when I've done something to change their life. So I always, like, my husband would tell you he likes to do stuff for people, and that makes him feel good.
Right.
Well, I'm like, I'm not really a do stuff for people kind of thing. I like to change people's lives. That's kind of what gets me.
Right.
So if I can help you, propel to the next level in your life, if I can help you alleviate a burden that you have in your life and on a more long-range impact, that's what gets me. That's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going, keeps me thriving.
Now, can you share an example? You don't have to name names, but of somebody that was in kind of a rough situation, you were able to alleviate some of that pain?
Yes, I actually can. So I had a recent client who was not getting paid child support from a father, and the father basically told her, because she was undereducated, that she didn't know anything, that she was never going to get anything, he was never going to do anything for the child. And the child and the father had a relationship, but it wasn't really a great one. So the mom, she had been put out on the street, she had been through the ringer, and she didn't know what else to do. She had tried Child Support Enforcement Agency. They kept saying they couldn't find the father, couldn't do anything for her. So when she came to me, basically it was her last resort. So what I was able to do, we were able to file a child support action. We were able to present her case to the judge. We were able to get all of the financial records that we needed through subpoena because he was not cooperating at all.
Right.
So we were able to get everything that we needed to get, and we ended up getting her the child support order that she needed. And because in Georgia you can do an income deduction order, we got that, go straight to his employer, and now she gets her checks every month.
And she doesn't have to talk to him.
Doesn't have to talk to him
It's right
at
into the
all.
bank.
At all. So in that sense, and from what she told me, she had been dealing with child support, I think, for like 6 years and had not gotten any relief. So, and that, for us, I think that was probably the quickest case I ever had. I think it was about 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and it really
that's
was because the father
life-changing.
wasn't cooperating, so whatever I asked the judge for, if there's no other side to defend it, the judge's going to grant it. So.
Right. But the bureaucracy that's supposed to help in the situation, they just say, I can't find them, and then they just quit.
And they just quit.
And then it's up to the individual, I guess, to kind of push the ball.
Yes.
If they want to make a change. And then, so how did this person get on your radar? Because that must be a hard part of your job, right, is to find these people.
Yes. So I take advantage of social media a lot and do a lot of web marketing. So this particular client actually found me on Google, which
Like a Google search?
like a Google search, and I wasn't even heavily on Google at the time when she found me. So I was like, oh, okay. Google is definitely a market that I, need
I
to
gotta pay attention to
increase.
that, right.
Exactly. So she found me on Google, but a lot of I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. For my law firm page on Facebook, I do monthly videos, just kind of giving out some free advice, talking about different subjects. Most of them have been family law subjects, like we may talk about what to expect in divorce, father's rights, mother's rights, child support, things like that. So I do a monthly video to kind of just get some authority going, to get people to know who I am. They get to see my face. I do allow them to ask questions, whether they send them to me before the video or during the video. So a lot of people like that aspect. And then a lot of them have just inboxed me on Facebook and say, hey, I just have a question, and I, would answer it, things like that. So a lot of my clients have really come through social media or by word of mouth through referrals from other people that I know in the business.
So if you're giving out this advice, why would someone reach out and actually employ you and bring you into their lives to actually assist them?
Well, the advice is more so, this is what you need to do. Mm-hmm. This is why you need to hire a lawyer, because we know. But a lot of and I'm really honest with people who give me a call and they say, I may need this, I may need that. I will tell them if it's something they can do on their own. I will tell them, if you're pretty savvy with, paperwork, drafting, reading, following directions, it is something that you can do on your own. You don't need to hire an attorney. So I'm not one of those shady lawyers that's going to try to get you in, and it was really something you could do on your own. So I'll let them know that up front. But some things you just can't do on your own. And it's not so that you're incapable. It's more so I've seen where a lot of judges, they don't really tend to allow the pro se people to make their case. They don't really give them the same opportunities and chances to speak as they would give an attorney. And I met a lady in court not too long ago who very same thing happened, and she was like, I don't know what to do, and she ended up retaining me to handle her case, and we're doing so. And I've been making more strides in the 2 months that she's been with me than the 2 years that she's been dealing with the case. So sometimes it's really just you need someone else to advocate for you. But if it's simple things, I would say, like if two people are getting a divorce and they both agree and it's nothing to fight about, it's really not something that you need a lawyer to do, because it's really just filing the paperwork, paying the fees, and going before a judge and say we want out, and that's it. So
that's simple, right?
But if they
not
have,
always
if they
that's
have kids, or
if they
bunch
have
of
kids,
stuff,
if they have
like,
property,
right.
if they're fighting over alimony or pensions or stuff like that, that's not really something you want to do on your own. Exactly.
That's not a legal Zoom situation.
Exactly, it's not a legal situation. So I'll let them know when they call in, they tell me the situation that, this is something you can do, go do this. And then I do offer for some people who can do it on their own but just need a little guidance, I will do a smaller fee and just kind of either prepare the documents for them or give them a how-to kind of thing. It's kind of like a legal Zoom, but instead of downloading it from a computer, you get a real live person to tell you this is wrong, this is right, change this, fix this, go here, go there. So I do offer that for the people, who can't afford full service representation, and they can pretty much go handle it themselves but need a little bit of guidance.
Okay.
So I'm very flexible. I don't like to see people who have legal issues not get them resolved because of money, because there's a way around everything.
So you're willing to help, and that's beautiful, because I'm looking at what you do. It seems like such a personal profession. So do you find yourself getting emotionally involved with some of your cases, and how does that affect how you do your work? Because that must be emotionally draining. You must come from work and just, gosh.
Well, I do take my cases personal in the sense that whatever my client's goals become my goals. So, but in the sense of do I let it bother me? I don't really let it bother me, because I've been taught how to handle the emotions, how to channel them. When I was in law school, I worked for a children's rights clinic where we saw children getting abused, taken from their home, things like that. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'm desensitized, but when you're working in that area, you see it so often, it becomes normal. So it's like, it's just something that you have to deal with, and you just deal with it. And I know a lot of people who say, I can't believe you're family law, I would never do that because I just can't deal with people's problems. And for whatever reason, I love people's problems. I tell people all the time, I'm like, it's like reality TV, but it's real life. So I don't really just get emotional about them to where, I can't work myself or it affects me personally, but I do know how to channel the emotions, I guess, to make sure I'm putting it into the case and placing those feelings on, say, the other party or the judge or the other attorney. So I kind of manage them.
How do you not become cynical about relationships when every day you're around kind of relationships that are failing?
Well, I will say I have the best marriage that I've ever seen in life.
I'm looking over there in the corner. Y'all can't see it, but Dexter.
My husband is here with me. He's my marketing director, so he does everything. Like I said, when I say number one supporter, he is the number one supporter. We actually are high school sweethearts, so we've been together since I was 16, he was 17. We've been married for 4 years now. So, and I would say we're still just as close now as we were at 16 and 17. So I think that some people just marry the wrong person, or some people get married for the wrong reasons. And in that situation, I want you to be in a happy marriage. So if you're not in a happy marriage, and I'm going to help you get out of that marriage, and try again. So I'm not. Yeah. So a lot of people always say, how you're a divorce lawyer and you're married, but I see what real love and what a happy marriage looks like. What it looks like, and I'll let you know you don't have that. You don't have it. You need to go find it somewhere else.
It exists.
But it does exist, and it's possible. And like I said, we're young, so for it to happen to young people, it's possible.
Right.
It's not something that you see. Oh, my grandmother and grandfather, they've been married 60 years. I don't think I could do that. It's possible.
Right.
So I can't say I'm cynical because
No,
I
you don't
haven't had
sound
marriage.
I mean, it's crazy because I'm just looking at it from a third person perspective. I'm like, all right, if I were a lawyer, I'd be a lawyer everywhere I go. Is that like, how do you stop that? How do you turn that off? Because it's like, you're good at naturally debating yourself into a situation that you get where you like. I hate to be Dexter.
We might have to interview Dexter.
Yeah, like
and see how that works in real life.
Let's get Dexter on the line, man.
Well,
man, I'm married to a lawyer.
I will say it's very difficult to turn it off. I'm not gonna lie, it's very difficult to turn it off, and that's just because it's not so much as even being a lawyer. Like, I always want to tell people what to do, and it's more so, I know this is going to work for your life, so you just need to listen to it and do it. So that's kind of what is hard for me to turn on, because not everybody wants to hear my advice. Not everybody needs it at that time. And so I'm learning now to kind of pick my battles, I guess. So sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's like, you know what? We'll just leave that alone. They'll come back in 2 months, and then they'll be ready to receive whatever I have to
But
say.
I bet your clients appreciate that
My
tenacity and that belief, and that, look, I'm here to watch your back, and I'm going to watch your back, and just trust me on this. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before, and then they do.
Exactly. I will say the best clients are the clients that allow me to work for them.
No one wants a lukewarm word.
Right, because it doesn't sound, because some lawyers, like we mentioned earlier, like you're in these big firms, and then, they don't even know what this person looks like, their client.
Exactly.
It's just a sheet of paper that pops in front of them every once in a while, and they're supposed to go advocate for them, and they don't even know who they are or what their real problems are. And they're just looking at words on paper or the law, and you're kind of really personalizing it and giving the client this kind of attention, that their situation's important enough for me to pay attention to and to give you my undivided attention. So, bravo for you for doing that, and I'm sure that helps you in your career.
It helps a lot. It helps.
Well, it stands out, right?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. As I say, I love for my clients to have that one-on-one attention, because I know if it was me on the other end, I would want somebody to do it for me.
Right. Well, you saw what happened with your mother.
Exactly.
She didn't have that, and then she kind of paid a price for that.
Exactly.
And maybe she wouldn't have had to pay if she had somebody like you.
Exactly. So I've seen the result.
You provide a support system. Is what I'm thinking, like what I'm seeing. And I was thinking, I was like, if you're providing a support system for your clients, for you to run your business, wouldn't you need a support system also? So how important?
Got one.
Yeah.
It's Dexter's job.
So is it just Dexter? Like, is it family, friends? Because I know when I was going after my entrepreneurial pursuits, what kept me going was like, you know, either a phone call from a mom or a friend saying, just keep pushing, keep trying, you know, because it's really hard to start a business. Most of them fail in the beginning, and you know, it's hard to get over certain humps without support.
Well, I would say my family, both my family and my in-laws, they were probably more excited than I was that I was starting my own firm. They're always looking for opportunities to send me clients. They're always asking, you know, it could be something, hey, I have a person, they need a real estate transaction. Can you do that? I mean, it could be anything law related. They're going to call me and say, can you do it first? Or if you can't do it, do you know someone who can do it? So they're always looking. I would say both my mom and my mother-in-law, they love to talk to people. They're everywhere, so they take my business cards and flyers and pass them out everywhere they go to anyone who's going to listen to them. So they're great with that. I have a good friend of the family who is my assistant, so whenever I can't talk to the client, you know, she goes and talks to the client, lets them know whatever's going on. She's also available, like, just as much as I am. So I would say my family and my circle is very, very supportive of everything. Even my friends, even if, like, I have a friend that say, well, I want to do something. I want to file an LLC. Can you do it for me? And I'm like, you know, you can do that yourself. And they're like, well, yeah, I know, but can you do it and then do the contract and everything, and I'll just pay you for it. So so they're very supportive. They try to send me business as much as they possibly can. So anytime that I feel like I can't do this, I don't want to do this, it's always been someone that comes in and says, hey, I have a client for you. And I can say that for me, it's very, like everyone knows, running the business is very tough, and especially when you're in a client-based business, it's very tough. And I can say, in my short 6 months, the few times that I've thought, am I going to be able to do this? Can I do this? Can I sustain it? It's literally the next day I have a new client walk in the door. So it's kind of been since it happened, I would say about 3 times. And after the 3rd time, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it anymore. We can do this.
Watch my back.
We can do it. They're going to keep coming. So I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. So I love my support system. They love me, and we just keep it going, keep rocking.
Now, in your business, though, you don't really want repeat business, right? They have the situation happening.
Because I have an uncle who's on number 5 right now, so I might be able to help you out.
But you have to get caught. What I'm saying is, like, if you were a business lawyer or something like that, you would have a retainer, and they'd be working. You know, you would have one client maybe, or a handful of clients. But in your world, you need a constant flow of new clients, right?
Yes.
So that's a different marketing challenge.
It is, but I would say the best referrals come from previous clients. So even if I've handled their issue or whatever it is, most often they know someone in the same situation. Or, like he said, he has an uncle who's on number 5. They may go and repeat whatever
they get a punch card,
did.
right?
Exactly.
The 5th one's free.
Right. So in that sense, I do have, so I would need lots of clients to come in, because it's not one case that's going to, bring in.
But maybe the personal injury side, do you do?
The personal injury, those come in. One case may be $2,000, one case may be $200,000.
Right.
So it really just depends. So I wouldn't say I need a constant flow of personal injuries, but a good amount of personal injury is always great.
Right.
Yes, it's always great.
So of your business right now, what % is family law, what % is personal injury?
Well, I would say it used to be half and half, but now it's about 70-30, with family law being 70 and personal injury being 30.
And that's the one you personally are more connected with.
Right. So I love the personal injury clients, but they don't need as much attention as family law clients do. So
that's more corporate, right? You have to deal with insurance companies.
So the personal injury side is more structured. So it's go to the doctor. When you offer, they'll give it to you usually within a week and a half to 2 weeks, as long as nothing's missing. But they have the 30 days if they want to. I would say some of the insurance companies that most people know will take advantage of the 30 days just because.
Right.
So
your clients are family law or personal injury, and if somebody has those needs, what's the best way to find you? You mentioned Facebook, website.
Yes, so my website is www.cherieMorrisLaw.com. Facebook is at Cherie Morris Law. Instagram is at Cherie Morris Law. Twitter at Cherie Morris Law.
So SHARIMORRISLAW.com.
Just type it in.
Yes, that is correct. I can be reached here in Georgia at 678-903-3838. In Mississippi, it's 601-460-1779. And in Alabama, just uses the Georgia number 678-903-3838 because they're so close. And that's really how you reach me.
Good stuff. Well, when's your next Facebook? What do you do? Facebook Live? You do
Facebook Live. It will probably be at the end of, maybe in April. I have trial the next 2 weeks, so I usually do it on a Thursday. So I'm thinking like the next 2 Thursdays.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. So yeah, it'll more than likely be in April. Yeah.
And then you'll do something family law usually related.
Well, it depends. I do both, personal injury and family law. So if I've done a lot of family law, like in the last couple of months, I may do a personal injury one.
Right.
And it's really because personal injury is just, hey, you need a reminder. It's not like the law is very vast or it's not a lot of it, whereas in family law, it's a lot. And it's so many variables that can happen in family law. So my next video probably will be a personal injury video just because I have a personal story that I want to share with my fan base. So it'll probably be in April, so look out for that.
Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Anton, also, for being part of the show.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
And Daryl, great job, man. You killed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So can we let the cat out of the bag on this thing? Can we talk with
Sure.
Daryl a little bit? Because, I mean, this guy's about to be out in the forefront. This is gonna be a regular thing. This is Daryl's series, this Neighborhood Business Radio, right? So tell us a little bit about, are you excited about it? What do you have in mind? What kind of guests can we expect?
I'm really juiced. This is my passion. I really just want to give everybody a platform to share their dreams, and I love watching people chase their dreams. Like, when me and Anton were going through those 2 years, I'd say the first year of not making a sale was the best year. You know what I'm talking about? That grind where you wake up and you're like, I gotta get something done. I know exactly what I want to get done. You know, and I want to give y'all the platform. If you're listening out there and you want to start a business and you're a young entrepreneur, I want to give you that platform, and I want to sit down and talk to you